Hi, and welcome to this edition of Spyder News. We're just getting back from the Off-Road Expo. We're still unloading as we speak. It was one of the most successful off-road expos for Poison Spyder ever, and maybe even for the event itself. Lots of people came out. Thousands of you came through our booth. I really appreciate that. We were very nervous when we rented this big a spot that we wouldn't be able to get people to come back in our little corner. Axial helped quite a bit with that by having an RC course back there. It kept a lot of us entertained for the weekend. They put in a lot of work to get that course up and down again. They're still there, I think, today taking that course down. So a lot of work went into that. We tried something a little different this year since we had the space and we had the means to get the parts to the event. Normally we go to these events just to answer tech questions and let you touch and feel the parts on the Jeeps. This year we actually brought some parts to sell, and it seemed to be a great success. Thank you for all that purchased. It seems like that's something we may try and work into future events. If this is something you'd like to see when this truck is on the road, let us know. We'd like to do more of these. It was a lot of fun for our crew to do this, and it seemed to be very satisfying to the guys that actually got to walk away with a part today, or this weekend. Of course, a lot of you got to meet our new Spyder girl, Megan. We met her ourselves for the first time this weekend, and she is part of the family. She's a sweetheart, a beautiful girl, got along great with everybody in the Spyder crew, including the existing Spyder girls. We hope to use her a lot more in future events, and I hope a lot more of you get to meet her. She's just a super girl and represents the company very well. Everybody at the Poison Spyder compound worked their butts off, including the family of our crew. This Off-Road Expo is something we've been working on almost all summer, and really hard the last 3 weeks. And then the last 4 days have been nothing but 16, 18-hour days for everybody on the staff. And a lot of their families came out and helped. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for all the hard work. This made it the most successful expo we've ever had, one of the most successful events we've ever had. We got to see a lot of people, had a lot of crew, so we could answer all the questions that were out there. So again, thank you, crew. Thank you, everybody that came by. We have a lot of opportunities, even now between now and the end of the month, for events that we might get to meet some more of you. October started with a bang with the Off-Road Expo, but it's not over yet. We've got 4 more events this month we'd like to invite you to. 2 of them are kind of questionable right now with the government shutdowns. They're both in Johnson Valley. Both of them require a permit, and both of them have permits that the clubs have paid for, but nobody seems to know whether or not they're going to be able to hold their event. The first one is a Fun in the Desert event hosted by the Victor Valley Four-Wheelers. That's the weekend of the 11th and 12th. I'll be there, Shad will be there, and Super D will be there. We'll be leading Clawhammer on Saturday. Whether the event happens or not, we're still going. We're just going to go wheeling if there is no event. The Johnson Valley itself isn't closed. It's just questionable whether or not they're going to be able to hold their event. So I hope you signed up, and if you haven't, please do. All the money, of course, when you sign up, goes to land use and hopefully to prevent shutdowns like this. And if you do show up and the event's not there, hang out. We'll go out and do the trail anyway. So hope to see a lot of you there. On the following weekend, the 18th and the 9th, or 18th to the 20th, the Tin Benders will be hosting the Tin Bender Jamboree at Johnson Valley. Shad again will be leading Clawhammer, I think, and Super D will be tail gunning for him at that event. I'm going to have to miss this one because I'll be at the Air Park Jeep Jam October 18th in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Air Park Jeep dealership. They've got a trail run in the morning and kind of a vendor show in the afternoon. It's a beautiful town, beautiful location. There's a lot of brand new Jeeps and a couple of pretty cool Jeeps to take a look at. I hope to see some of you guys there. And then the weekend after that, Rick and Ka and Candace will be at the Jeeptoberfest, hosted by the Ocala Jeep Club in Florida. The event's at Bellevue, Florida, and that's October 26th and 27th. One of my favorite events, but it seems to be a busy time of the year and just so hard. It conflicts with a lot of events. This year Rick will be out for the first time, so hopefully a lot of you guys in Florida who've talked to Rick on the phone but haven't met him will have an opportunity to see him out there. Carl will have a couple of his pretty cool Jeeps out there, so really looking forward to Rick being able to meet some of the guys in Florida and see how an event in Florida differs from an event in California. They're both cool in their own way, so I hope he gets a chance to see what you guys do with your Jeeps out there. If you haven't already done so, or if you haven't done so in a couple of days, be sure and go back to our webpage and check out Spyder for the Off-Road Expo. A ton of great shots already been uploaded. There's actually still new stuff coming up all the time. It's any Instagram photo taken in the Off-Road Expo site, or any Instagram photo hashtag Off-Road Expo will show up there. So you get to see a lot of pretty cool photos all about the event. So if you couldn't go, you get to see what's going on. And if you were there, maybe you'll see a cool photo of you or something that you guys brought there. We'll also have the same thing available for the next few events, the ones we just talked about. If you upload a photo from that event site, it'll automatically go to our Spyder page for that specific event. And we'll give you a couple of hashtags as we get a little closer for all these events, so that you can actually hashtag a photo if you upload it from outside that geo-fence. So great way to see the event if you couldn't get there, and a great way to see stuff you may not have seen if you were there. We've got hours and hours of video that we shot at the Off-Road Expo that we'll try and condense into a 10-minute or less, kind of a highlight reel. This highlight reel will be equivalent to what Spyder is with pictures. In other words, it'll be a lot of different perspectives condensed into one small package. So look for that in the next couple of days. The next episode of Spyder News will get a little bit more into the part introductions. I know we've kind of been consumed with events the last few weeks, and then we've got several events coming up, but I promise you we're still working on new parts, and we'll talk a little bit more about those as we get a little further along. We also have a bunch of events coming up in November that we'll talk to you about in the next episode. And we've got a couple of pretty cool announcements that we'll share with you next episode. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for all of you that came out to Off-Road Expo. It's a pleasure always to meet you guys, and hope that we get to meet a lot more at the 4 events we talked about here and the events we got coming up in the next few months. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next episode.